Hey there and welcome to my channel. Today I'll be making this little flip tag in a journal. This would be like a page. So the pages would go on either side and you would turn the page, and it would be here. So that would get sewn right in, and it has a little pocket here with a tag. And on this side it has a little acetate window and also a little tag that can go in and out, and then the little picture shows there. And I used Edith Holden pages for this one, but I want to make one to go with the current journal that I'm working on that has a more kind of not nature feel. So we'll make that one together. And so it's just a piece, the starting piece is just file folder, and we'll be sort of cutting that on the fold of the natural fold. And you can make it any size you want, folded, and these are folded over. So there's two pockets that come from the fold, and then the sides are clipped to look like a tag. And then I just came in and sewed all the four pieces on one side, and then on the other side I glued on the pieces. I don't like the look of the wrong side of the sewing for my projects, so that's why I do it that way. And then you have this cute tag flip signature thing with pockets. Oh, I never know what to call these things, but anyway, kind of fun to add to your journal. So let's get started. All right, so I've done a bit of folding and cutting. So I'll just take out the four pieces that I've cut. So you can see this is the natural fold of the file folder, and I've scored a line here. So let's just take some measurements. This is 8 1/4, and then I've made the fold line at 5 1/4, and then it is 4 inches tall. And so I like to put both the pocket, one pocket on the front and then one pocket on the inside. So this side will just be one piece of paper, and this side will just be one piece of paper, and then these will both have a pocket. So on the inside, I'm going to put the piece of paper that's got the writing on it, like a letter on the inside. And you can cut one piece and then cut 3 more out to match, but just know that the pieces that go on the inside are going to be a little less to make allowance for that fold. So there's 2 pieces, and then 2 pieces for the outside. Here we go. And then it's kind of easier to cut all the pieces and make sure there's nothing coming out. It's easier to do that now than it is to do later, because you can make a nice straight cut when you have access to it. Once it's applied, it's a little harder to cut. So I will need pieces for the pockets. Okay, first I'm going to ink the edges all around of everything. So the base plus the pieces of cardstock that I've cut out. I'm going to ink everything over, and then I'm going to take this to my sewing machine, and I'm going to sew one side only. So I've folded that out, and I will attach 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of the cardstock, printed cardstock, and then I will sew 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the other side, as I did before, will glue the pieces on. So I have got some more cutting to do, and I'm going to do some inking and some sewing. Anyway, I did on this side, I did cut in, I used my little template, and I cut the corners to a tag shape, and I always use this one. And I used my hole puncher to make this hole, and I just come in right here. from the side here and just punch the hole there. And so for my piece that is going on here, I've cut that out and I just want to line that up. And so I'm just going to line this up where it's supposed to go, and I'm just going to take my pen and very lightly make a little circle so I know exactly where to punch. So there we go. So all I need to do now is put some ink on that. And I've cut a piece of acetate. And so I'm going to put the acetate in between this piece of book page and the base. And I'll just clip that so that I make sure I get the acetate. So the first thing I'm going to stitch is around this circle. I'm going to stitch all the way around the circle, and then I'm going to stitch around this side, and then I'm just going to stitch the other sides. I'll probably do this side, like the outsides, and this pocket. And I'm going to do a zigzag stitch. And then what you can do is just stitch around these pieces here. The pieces that you're not attaching, you could just put a stitching line around them, and so when they're glued on, it all looks like it's been stitched. So that's up to you. Just an option. So here's the stitching I've done. These three have been sewn on, and I sewed around here and around the edges there. And then I just glued these on. Glued. So this is what I have. This opens. This will be where the signature will be sewn in. So this will probably be wrapped around another page. So you'll see these will be separate. So I just need to glue that together to make sure this is showing something in the through there. I just very carefully attached this cutout. This is a fussy cut. I just sort of set it up so that it was in the right place there, and then just without gluing it, put this fussy cut there and just check to make sure it would be in the right place before gluing this pocket down. And so that can come in and out of the pocket. Hopefully there's enough clearance there, because if this is at the signature, you have to be able to take out the tag while it's bound into the book, the journal. So just be mindful. And here's another tag for when this is glued down. And then you have the opportunity to put some embellishing here. So that's the next step, but I am going to glue these pockets closed now that I've got those tags lined up. So here's an example of what it will look like in the journal. Turn the page. This comes out. There's the other side. Turn another page, and here it is on the other side with the little tags. And it's to be decorated or not. It's I kind of like it simple like this, you know, not too much embellishment, or maybe a word, maybe a little flower or something here, or butterfly, but that's how it looks in the journal. Hope you like this tutorial. Take care. Bye.